What's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday. We got the free class going down tonight. Excited to see you guys there. If you're not already registered, just make sure you do it through the link in the description, or if you're on TikTok, it'll be up in the bio. I'm just popping on to answer questions for a little bit, and then I'll be doing a little bit more prep. Make sure we got the best free Amazon content on the internet for you guys for tonight. We're excited to see you guys. So let me know what questions you guys have about selling on Amazon. As you guys are hopping in on TikTok, I've been selling on Amazon for about 6 years. Sold over $5 million on the platform. I'm just selling name brand stuff basically. So let me know what questions you guys got. It's a good week for buying products too. Surprising, there's like a lot of good sales, lots of good inventory to buy, just from like big name brand website and kind of flipping that stuff on Amazon. So yeah, let me know what you guys are running into. I see some familiar names here on TikTok. Let me know who I got on YouTube as well. So I'm gonna drop the free class link for you guys tonight. And yeah, let's see. Yeah, so lots of like I was saying, there's lots of good sales going on today. Not really exactly sure why, but I'll take it. There's plenty of good inventory to buy. So yeah, it's a good day to make some money selling stuff on Amazon. What's up? How do you start retail arbitrage when you're gated in almost everything? Yeah, so you can get ungated in most brands. As long as it lets you apply to sell that brand, you'll just submit an invoice from like an online retailer, basically. So like Walgreens, Target, Vitacost, anything like that. Buy 10 units from there and then submit that to Amazon, and you'll get approved to sell that brand. So yeah, just kind of get the main category approvals. And there's also stuff that any Amazon seller is going to be auto approved to sell for the most part. And that's going to be certain categories have a lot of stuff that's already ungated, like pet supplies has a lot of auto ungate brands. It's also an auto ungate category for a lot of people. And then you can look at brands like Stafford or 32 Degrees and that kind of thing and see what other brands they are selling. Sweet. So as you guys are coming in on TikTok, let me know what questions you guys have about selling on Amazon. I buy and sell name brand stuff like this toy right here. I bought it at my local Ross for $35 and it sells on Amazon for $80. There's also lots of stuff that I buy from big websites, and that's the majority of my business is just shopping from big websites and reselling those products on Amazon. And you guys can learn for completely free. Come drop any questions you guys have in the comments here. I'll answer them. And then yeah, we're also doing a free class tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern time. It'll be about 90 minutes of the best free Amazon content around. Show you some super in-depth product sourcing info and a whole lot more. So if you guys want to see kind of the whole game plan, I'll see you at 7 p.m. Eastern. And that is in the description on YouTube and in my bio on TikTok. Let's see. You notice, let's see. Yeah, Adam, it's the same fees. Yeah. Sometimes Sellerant might be including extra fees if you've baked in extra like shipping costs or miscellaneous fees like sales tax, anything like that. So a lot of times Sellerant might tell you that you're less profitable than like one of the default calculators will, because you've included like everything that's actually involved in paying for the item, basically. When should you take an Amazon loan? If you're like really confident and you've been in the game for a while and the only thing holding you back is capital, you ask some smart questions, Gold. So I'm going to assume you've been in the game for a while. And if the only thing holding you back is like, I know exactly where I'd spend a bunch of money on profitable inventory, you can probably start thinking about taking some loans or something like that. Let's see. Yeah, you can solve that, Bo. Go if you guys are broke trying to make some money online, sell items that are like used super cheap. So I actually started my business buying stuff from like thrift stores and just like selling used books I had on the shelf, and I sold those on Amazon. Did you start with a loan? No, I didn't. I've never used debt, to be honest. Yeah. Just because I don't want to over leverage. Basically, at one time I've spent a little more money than I had, and I didn't like it. So I I don't like to over leverage. Play it a little bit more safe. I started with $1,500 and just kind of gradually scaled up. Let's see. Being gated is the key problem. So you can get ungated pretty easily. You'll just buy 10 units of whatever brand you want to ungate and submit that online invoice or online receipt to Amazon. And you'll just keep submitting that, and Amazon will approve you. Let's see. Let's see. You mean over leverage? Yeah. No. Over leveraging means like spending more money than you have on products. Yeah. It's just like it's a little too risky for my taste. I know a lot of Amazon sellers do that. Just not something I'm comfortable with. Is this affiliate program? No. So affiliate program's decent. I've never heard of anybody making like crazy money on affiliate program. What I do is I actually buy the name brand products. So like this type of toy, right? I picked it up at my local retail store for 35 bucks and it sells for 80 on Amazon. I cleared the shelf full, I bought everything that was on the shelf of that item. And I buy the majority of my items from big websites and then I ship those off to Amazon and Amazon sells it to the customer for me. Yeah. What about finding deals online, shipping to your house, and FBM? Yeah, it sounds great, Wesley. Yeah, that's a really good way to go about it. FBM is good. So FBM is just like shipping direct to customer for any of you guys who are brand new. That's really good, Wesley, because you'll get like that proof of concept a lot faster. You'll know if that item's actually going to sell. Maybe by the time that the item sells, it might still be on sale. You can still get it pretty cheap, and then you just send that item to FBA if you want to restock a whole bunch more, or just keep selling at FBM. How do you start? Yeah, Mary. So buy and sell name brand products that people are already buying on Amazon, basically. So like toys, for example, people are already buying this on Amazon. So I bought a bunch of them way cheaper than I can sell them for on Amazon, and then I flip those. As far as like actually sourcing those products, you can look at local retail stores, or you can look at basically any website that has products on sale today. There's a chance that that product might be a lot more expensive on Amazon. And I spend about $100,000 a month on websites and flip those items on Amazon. And there's a lot of like tactical information that goes into it, of course. So if you guys want to see all like the actual tactical information, show you exactly how I do it. Tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, I'm hosting a free class. It'll be up in my bio on TikTok. And I'll show you guys exactly how I source everything, show you some profitable items, and answer any questions you got as well. So it should be a good time. What online tools do you use? So I use SellerAmp and Keepa for sourcing, and then I use Boxem for creating FBA shipments. Yeah, what's up, Malik? Good to see you again. Should you buy products first and try to get ungated later? Yeah, so anything you buy, as long as the brand lets you apply to get ungated in that brand, you can use that invoice to get ungated. So if you've already found something profitable, then yeah, you can submit that to Amazon. How much do you spend on shipping to Amazon? So it's about 60 cents a pound, Mary. Yeah, and you can also use like if you use Boxem for shipments, you'll see like multiple different options for places that you can send your items, and it'll generally save you a little bit of money on shipping. It's been saving me some money lately. Let's see. How do you submit the receipts? You'll go into Amazon, so essentially like list the product. If it says apply to sell, you'll submit the PDF there, Russell. And at least it has to be 10 or more, so it doesn't have to be only 10. Let's see. Who gates Amazon? So gating, like Amazon doesn't want just like any random person coming in and buying stuff on like AliExpress and pretending that it's name brand and selling it to customers. Probably be some pretty unhappy Amazon customers, right? So you just have to prove to Amazon that you buy legitimate inventory from big websites, big wholesalers, wherever you're buying from, and then they'll let you sell that brand once you prove that you're actually buying legitimate inventory, basically. When you're trying to do it retail arbitrage, yeah. So you just buy 10 of them online, so you can get the actual invoice, and then submit that, and then you can buy anything you want in stores. Do you ever see the products? Or are you entirely behind the screen? So the majority of my business is just buying stuff online, shipping it to a prep center. The prep center is in a state with no sales tax, so I don't like I save money, and I just pay them per unit to ship those items to Amazon for me. And then once those items get to Amazon, they sell basically. Let's see. Yeah, I shoot for 10% net after I pay my team, because they're the ones, they source all the products, they buy all my products, and they ship all my products. So I'm kind of just funding the business and training people is kind of what I do. Your gross margin, you want to be like 15 to 20% gross margin. And that is significantly higher than the average retail business. Let's see. What states don't have sales tax? Yeah, good question. So like Montana, Delaware, Oregon, there's a couple other. My prep center is in Montana. Yeah. You can submit 10 on those, Chris. That's what I've been doing. They still work. Let's see. How do you manage the losses on returns? So just make sure like you're buying items that are nice and profitable, so that if there is anything that you have to like sell, on eBay or anything like that, get some of your money back, then there's still plenty of margin left. So anything that is like extremely high return, so like shoes or electronics and that kind of stuff, make sure your ROI is higher. Something like grocery where there's no returns, you can buy items that have less ROI because there's less overhead involved. Yeah, so I have virtual assistants in the Philippines, MX, and then I also have one American W-2 that works for me. Yep, RWJ. You sell name brand products? Yeah, Ben. So just stuff like toys, right? So this is something I picked up at like my local retail store. It sells for more on Amazon, basically. Or you shop online. One of my first online arbitrage products where I like shopped at websites was like this weird like off-brand like Lego helmet type of thing that sold for way more on Amazon. I've sold makeup, I've sold vitamins, shoes, clothes, toys, anything, right? Fire away, D-Wall. Do you ever lose products in the Amazon warehouse? Yeah, they're gonna lose some of your products, but you can just submit to Amazon. You submit invoices to Amazon, and they will pay you back for whatever inventory they lose, basically. Let's see. You forgot everything. Yeah, just get back into it, Russell. You're good, man. Glad you're back on your feet. Glad you're back on your feet. You can still make some money on Amazon though. Let's see. Selling a product and there are many brands with the same name. So whenever you're selling products, make sure the brand name actually says that it's the correct brand name. Sometimes product might say like generic or it'll be like a misspelled version. It's technically a copyright infringement. So just one quick check before you list an item, make sure it says brand. You know, if you're selling Dove products or whatever, just make sure it says brand Dove on the listing. Let's see. Did you train your VA or was he always experienced? So I usually hire VAs that like know the bare basics, and then I'll show them exactly how I like to source products from certain websites. And then eventually they'll just kind of start, it'll start clicking for them. I'll show them some of these sourcing methods that we're actually going to jump into tonight on the free class. I'll show them some of those sourcing methods, and those are the sourcing methods that they're pretty much diving into. But generally, you want to give, like, if you're hiring people to help out, you want to give them a little bit of guidance, right? You don't want to just assume that they already know what they're doing. How long did it take you to turn this into a full-time job? So I started in college with like $1,500, and my first year I made 30 grand in profit. Next year was a little bit more than that. It's been a while. I've been doing it for 6 years now. I know that my senior year of college, when it actually mattered if I needed to get a job or keep selling on Amazon, my senior year of college was about $115,000 in profit. So at that point, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go full time, do my own thing, basically. Where's the class? Yeah, Ben. So any of you guys who want kind of we're jumping into a free live class tonight. It's everything you guys need to know about selling on Amazon. I'll show you how I source products, how to get ungated, how to get approved to sell on Amazon, all that good stuff. It's up in my bio. You guys will see the live masterclass. You're off to drive Uber. Yeah, that's what's up, Russell. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do. I like it. Let's see. I tried submitting additional info. Yeah, so if you're getting denied for ungating, then open a new case. And I'll usually also rename the file. So I'll rename the file and open a new case with Amazon. Yes, sir, Sadiq. Yes, sir. How often do you do retail arbitrage? Not super often, mostly just to make some videos and that kind of stuff. But I definitely did it a lot more when I was getting started on Amazon. It's just more scalable to buy stuff online, right? You're gonna make more money like per dollar spent doing retail arbitrage or buying books or anything that takes more time, just because people aren't willing to do it, right? So you get rewarded with more money. Yeah, but at some point it gets hard to spend all the money you have. Like we try to spend at least $100,000 a month on inventory. That would be pretty challenging hitting retail stores by myself. I'd have to like hire some employees and that kind of thing. Yeah, if they automatically close it, then rename the file, add as much new information as possible, like tracking information, show the credit card line item, like literally anything that's related to the purchase. If a product sells 500 times a month, isn't selling for you FBM. After a few days, it might not be FBM buy box friendly. Yeah, so check the buy box stats on SellerAmp and you'll see which sellers are making sales, when they last made them, and if they were FBA or FBM. And it could be that if there are FBM sellers making sales, then you probably need to fix your like shipping template, Mike. So just make sure that it is make sure that those products are on like a good kind of like 2 to 3 day shipping in your state, maybe closer to like 5 to 8 in states that are really far, so you don't get overcharged for shipping, that kind of thing. Is it possible part-time or does it have to be full-time? Yeah, Joe. So there's friends of mine who have full-time jobs, kids, that kind of thing, and they're still doing 6 figures a month. So you can definitely you can definitely run it part time. Whatever you want to do, right? Obviously, you're gonna make more money if the more time you spend. But whatever you have, you can spend selling on Amazon. How to do taxes. So I'm not a CPA. I have an accountant for that reason. There is a good good interview on YouTube I did with my buddy who is qualified to talk about taxes. If you just look up like Amazon seller taxes on YouTube, you'll see what I'm talking about. Sold $2,000 in your first 30 days doing it on the side. That's what's up, man. You own a dumpster business during the day. That's cool. Yeah. Yeah. So it's a lot more like traditional business. Dump some of that money into some new e-com money. I like it. That's a good combo. What's the first step to do? Find something to sell, right? After you, of course, you got to get the account set up, that kind of thing. But yeah, find something to sell, even if it doesn't go super well for you as like the first time you list something on Amazon. It's just all about making that first sale, so you can figure out how to double down on what works and start avoiding stuff that is not working. How much your stores is OA? Like 95% at this point, Malik. Yeah, like 95%. A little bit of wholesale. Occasionally, I'll throw some RA stuff in there. How do you set up the account? So sell.amazon.com, and then yeah, Camille. Anyone else who's trying to kind of get started with this stuff, not sure where to start, come to the free class tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. That is up on my bio on TikTok. I'll just drop it in the chat on YouTube as well. We're going to break down everything for you. Everything from the basics. Even if you guys are already making some sales on Amazon, we're going to jump into some sourcing methods that are really, really powerful, and we only share on the live class. That won't really affect me, B, because I just buy name brand stuff that's already in America. So it doesn't really matter. Yeah. I would assume prices on everything will go up as a result of that. So just charge more money for your products in case that does happen. Sweet. I'll see you in a bit, David. How much do you keep after all the fees? Yeah. So Amazon will keep about 30% of the sale price. And that's for them finding the customer, shipping it to the customer for you, doing customer service, all that good stuff. Generally, about 50% of the sale price will go to like cover your cost of goods sold. So you sell an item for $70, you probably paid around $30 to $35 for that, and then whatever is left is your profit. So obviously, the name of the game is buying stuff as cheaply as possible. Let's see. Do you buy more online? Yeah, I buy 95% of my stuff online, Joe. Yeah, probably more than that, to be honest. Buying from the brand. Yeah, you can use that a mod. Yeah, as long as you're using 10 units on that invoice. Let's see. It says 100 unit invoice. So I've been using 10 unit invoices on those, Mike. And then if it's retail arbitrage, it probably won't work for ungating because your address isn't on it. So just make sure your address is on anything that you're buying, and then that way, if Amazon wants you to get ungated, you can just submit that online receipt or online invoice. No, Cinderella. So I just sell stuff that already sells on Amazon, just like more reselling stuff. So like this toy, for example, I sell like toys, makeup, shoes, clothes, anything that sells on Amazon. I buy it, ship it to Amazon, and then Amazon sends it to the customer for me. Amazon influencers, it works too, but that's more about like making like 1,000+ videos to try to get like a cut of the sale, basically. I just buy a whole bunch of something and sell it. Yeah. Thoughts on private label? Private label is great. Yeah. If you're trying to like start a business and learn how to list the products on Amazon and learn how to market and all that kind of stuff all at once, probably going to make some expensive mistakes. And the first one's almost definitely not going to work for you. Like it's a learning process. So that's why I'm a big fan of building a baseline of like selling products that already sell, doing like reselling, whatever you got to do to build up some capital to then, make sure that you can take some swings at a private label. Let's see. What's up with Amazon's new shipping policy? You can't create shipments. Yeah. So a lot of the old shipping softwares either didn't finish creating a new product for Amazon's new shipping requirements, or it's just very bad, which I'm not sure what software you might be using, but you guys can use Boxum to create your FBA shipments now. We were one of the first softwares to actually have a finished product for that. You can like pick between different fulfillment centers. It saves you some money on shipping. Your products will check in a little bit faster at Amazon. It's just simplifies the whole process basically. So you can check that out for free. Check out Boxum for free if you guys are wanting to ship products to Amazon. Yeah, I would assume the price of everything will go up. That's just how that works. Yeah. Is there an employee version of Boxum? Yeah, so you can Like if you have a Boxum account, you can invite any like employees or prep centers, anything like that, and you can limit what they have access to as well. So yeah, whatever. Let's see. Yeah, whatever you're trying to get done there. Do you have a free Discord? Yeah, Zion, there's a free Discord up in my bio. There's 55,000+ Amazon sellers in there. And then for all of you guys, you're kind of trying to get the whole game plan for free, like learn how to source products, how to start selling on Amazon. There's a free class we're hosting at 7 p.m. Eastern as well. Let's see, you're in the Discord, nice, yeah. So it's just under, like if you're talking about Boxum employee accounts, it's just like in your settings, you can invite second users, and limit what people have access to. Yeah, and for those of you guys on YouTube, let me know if you guys have questions as well. Happy to help you guys out. Where's the free class? So up in my bio, you can register for free, and we'll send you the invite there. It's on like a separate software that makes it easy for us to like screen share with you, show you how to like source products, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you guys can check that out in my up in my bio. How do you get ungated quickly? Yeah, so anytime you want to get ungated, you just buy 10 units of that brand or category from like Target, Walgreens, Walmart, any major retailer, as long as it has your information on it, like the address that matches your Amazon seller account, that's what they're going to be looking for. And then compare that to like your Amazon seller account basically, and then submit that invoice to Amazon, and you'll get approved. Yeah, and you might have to submit multiple times too. Just keep that in mind. What category is the best? There's no like best category, Samantha. If you're looking for a starting point, anything you already have like personal interest in is always good, because you probably know like the best brands, you know where to get some cheap items in that category, all that good stuff. If you don't have anything that's like useful as far as like personal interest, like it might relate to stuff you can sell on Amazon, then just start selling stuff that is auto ungated. So a lot of stuff in like the pet supplies category is auto ungated. Stafford, 32 Degrees, J. Crew are all brands that are auto ungated, and you can see what other brands those sellers sell on Amazon, and that'll be a good starting point as well. You're just trying to get started, yeah, Barry. So as long as you got like $1,000 or so, you need SellerAmp and Keepa for sourcing products, and then you need Boxum for like listing inventory at Amazon, tracking your profit, like the whole back end basically. And then just prioritize making a sale as soon as possible. And you can do that by going to a local retail store, scanning for like stuff like name brand toys, or looking at the the retailers that have really good sales today, basically. So for example, like Gap or Nautica or Stafford might have a bunch of cheap inventory listed. And you can see if those products are more expensive on Amazon. Let's see. You can take the information or not, Eric. I'm not showing you my bank account. That's next level pocket watching. Yeah, that's funny. Good distributors to buy from. Yeah, so it's going to depend on like what you're looking for, and also one distributor that's good for one person is not going to be good for another one, because it's more so about like building relationships, right? So if you get the wholesale name of somebody who's been working with another Amazon seller for a decade, that seller is going to have better prices than you. So if you're looking to get into wholesale, then just start with like local suppliers of brands that you already have sourced via like arbitrage. So Dove supplier my city, Dove supplier my state, and then just go out from there basically, right? Any name brand stuff. Free class tonight gonna be fire. Yes, sir. Yeah. So tonight at 7, it's me and my friend Miles. It's in chat with you guys. We both sold over $5 million on Amazon. We're gonna show you how to get started and start selling some stuff on Amazon. How much time does it take you to get ungated? I'd say maybe a week or so for a brand. It's probably average. A lot of times it's a lot less than that. Yeah, just because usually you have to submit a couple times to get approved. Let's see. Any special tricks if you live in Canada? Not necessarily. Just keep in mind that if you're in Canada, doing FBM is a little bit less viable because y'all are way more spread apart up there. The mail rates are a lot more expensive. So you'll typically just only want to do FBA if you're in Canada. Let's see. What you do about high Amazon shipping charges? So it's about 60 cents a pound is what you should be seeing. If not, then use make sure your boxes are like 45 to 50 pounds. That's how you get the cheapest shipping rates. And then also if you use Boxum, you'll have multiple shipping options, and you can pick the cheapest one basically. Yeah, so that should save you a little bit of money. Yeah, shoot for about 10% after it's all said and done. Yeah, so about 10% after it's all said and done, because I got to pay my team that actually like sources the products, buys the products, ships it all into Amazon. I just answered the question here. Yeah, you got some bad vibes today, man. you all good? Sweet. Let me know what other questions you guys got about selling on Amazon. You having some issues getting ungated, having all the time getting declined. Rename the file, attach any like tracking information. Let's see, tracking information, order confirmation, anything that's related to the product basically. So show like the credit card statement where it shows that you actually bought from that retailer. You can submit that to Amazon as well. Let's see. Yeah, Jeffrey, just look at, there's a free ungating guide you can check out on YouTube. No big deal there. I can't let that hold you back. Let's see. Yeah, just keep submitting. Yeah, you're good on that. I just answered that, Ray. Yeah, about 10% after I pay my team, because they're the ones actually sourcing everything, buying all the products, shipping it all to Amazon. You want to make sure you're closer to like 15 to 20% gross margin, so you have plenty of wiggle room for like returns or like growing the business, buying new products, that kind of thing. You shipping all your stuff to USPS today? Are you doing FBM? If you're doing FBA, then you probably shouldn't be. You wouldn't want to use USPS. You just ship it through Amazon to get that discounted rate. You can also, sometimes UPS will be cheaper for FBM as well. So you can keep that in mind. It's an example of a product you sell. Yeah, so like something like this, right? It's like a toy I bought at my local retail store. I bought it for 35, sells for 80 plus on Amazon. I've sold like CoverGirl makeup. I've sold supplements. I've sold shoes, anything like that. Literally anything can sell on Amazon. Let's see, what profit and loss software to use? Yeah, Brandon. So I use Boxum to track my profit. And that's also how you ship products to Amazon. You're doing FBM. Okay, cool. Yeah, as long as that was the cheapest option, Matt. So yeah, if you're doing FBM, the typical shipping rates will be anywhere from like $4 to $13-15 if it's like a couple pounds. If that product's like a couple pounds. Yeah, Wesley, you'll typically buy your FBM shipping through Amazon. So like on Seller Central, you just go there and buy your FBM shipping there. How do you get your product so that people choose yours? Yeah, so you're trying to win the buy box is what it's called. And that's being the seller that's in the add to cart button. So if you are the seller in that add to cart button, you probably had the lowest price or around the lowest price and around the fastest shipping speed. And then it rotates between all the sellers where those conditions are true, basically. So usually it's every seller who's around the same price and is an FBA seller because it's prime 2-day shipping usually. Sometimes you can make sales as an FBM seller. But yeah, there's you don't need to like buy any ads or anything like that to stand out. Yeah, for those of you guys that are trying to basically like figure out how to source products and like actually make the sales, come to the free class tonight as well. Up in my bio at 7 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna show you guys everything. 90+ minutes of the best free Amazon content on the internet. Excited to see you guys there. Bring a notepad. Bring any questions you guys got. It'll be a good time. Just join the Discord. Success tab gives you hope. Yeah. Good to hear it. Let's see. Make sure you close the case before you ungating it. Yeah, that can work. Yeah. How do you make sales as a first-time seller? Same process as a long-time seller. Honestly, you'll just ship products to Amazon, and when they get there, they'll start selling to the customers. The only thing you have to check beforehand is make sure that the buy box rotates to multiple sellers, and that's just like one of the panels on SellerAmp that you'll want to check. It'd be like a pie chart. If you see multiple people, if you see multiple people showing on that pie chart with multiple people making sales, then you can probably list it and make some sales too. Let's see, where do you sign up? Yeah, if you're trying to come to the free class tonight, that's up in my bio. As far as like selling on Amazon, you just go to sell.amazon.com. Let's see, what brand other than Target works for invoices? Any retail website that is legit. So I've used pretty much every website that you've heard of before. I've probably used it to ungate. Lowe's, Home Depot, Costco, Walgreens, CVS, anything like that. Started doing FBM. Can't find any items you can sell without approval. Avery, go to like 32 Degrees, Stafford, Avia, J. Crew, and then see other brands that those sellers are selling. Like open up those sellers on SellerAmp, and you'll see other auto ungate brands or at least brands that are easy to get ungated in. Let's see. As a beginner, can you still ungate with an invoice from distributors? Yeah, you don't have to have any sales to get ungated. Yeah, you can definitely do that. Add new information to it. Yeah, add new information. When people ask about invoices, what does it mean from the receipts from you buy? Yeah, so anytime you buy online, you're getting an invoice because they're sending you that email that has your information in it and that kind of stuff. And then if you need to like prove to Amazon that anything was legit or you got to get ungated, you'll just use that. Sweet. Is Boxum good for FBM? Yeah, Eric. Yeah, you can list products on FBM as well. Amazon FBA. Yeah, Alex. Yeah, just buying and selling name brand stuff like this that people already buy on Amazon, basically. Yeah, Fruit, I shoot for about 10% after it's all said and done, because I pay my team to source the products, buy the products, and ship the products to Amazon. So you want to make sure your gross margin's like 15-20%, so you can afford to actually like pull your stuff out of the business a little bit. Make sure you got plenty of money left over for returns, that kind of thing. Interesting. Yeah, there's probably a phone number you can call. But yeah, if you got locked out of the Amazon account, I'm not sure I can I'm not sure I can help you. I'm not sure I can be your Seller Central password recovery, unfortunately. Typical results for beginners in their first year doing this. I mean, if you're willing to take it seriously, I've seen several Amazon sellers do $1 million in their first year. It's not typical. Typical results, I'd say $10,000 in your first 2.5 months. And that's just kind of like, putting in some simple effort. If you're like really grinding, you can do $1 million in your first year though, but that's people who've really worked hard at it. So it's kind of sky's the limit basically. Let's see. Top wholesale suppliers. So no one's going to give you their wholesale suppliers, Andy, because those are like relationships that you're making a bunch of phone calls for. You're going through the effort. If you're looking for wholesale suppliers, just start locally. Think of a brand that you want to sell on Amazon, and then look up that brand distributor, your state, that brand, your distributor, your city, right? Just kind of go up from there. Because a distributor that's good for one person is not going to be good for another one, just based on geography, relationship, whatever it is. Solution for auto denies. Yeah, just give them more information, rename the file, and open a new case. If you wanted to make 30K in monthly profit, how much you need to buy? So average ROI on Amazon for arbitrage is going to be like 30-ish%. So if you're trying to make 30K in profit, which is a very ambitious goal, I probably set like some shorter goals in the meantime and work up to 30K profit, but I like the energy. You're going to be spending like $90-ish thousand to make $30,000. So whatever your profit goal is, you're probably spending 3 times that. Just keep that in mind. How much money do you need to start? I started with like $1,500. As long as you have like $1,000 or more, you're good to go. Yeah. What's your advice working a full-time job and doing Amazon? You've been doing it for around 8 months. That's awesome, Samantha. Yeah. Glad you're getting after it. The main thing is like if you already got a busy life, just set aside like a certain amount of time every day, every week. Certain time periods during your day that you can set aside. You can set aside the TikTok scrolling time or Netflix time, that kind of thing that you can trade for a little bit more productive. And then just kind of go from there. How'd you spend your $1,500? Yeah, a couple of you guys asking. Yeah, so I spent my first money on like used products. Anything I like already had around the house, I sent to Amazon. Anything I get my hands on super cheap, and then I built up that money to start selling a lot more name brand stuff. Not right now, Dakota. Yeah, just doing all reselling at the moment. Focused on a lot of other things as well. If Amazon's on the buy box, what % is safe to buy the product? Yeah, I like that. So I want Amazon to be on the listing like 50% of the time or less. Or if you see Amazon like going in and out of stock super consistently and the price goes way up, when Amazon's not in stock, you can sell those too. You can sell used products on Amazon. Yeah, you can sell used products on Amazon to get started. Yeah. Let's see. Hardest part about getting started. I mean, finding the first item is it takes time. It's a skill that definitely needs practice. It took me like a couple days to find my first item. It shouldn't take you guys that long because there's like I had literally no good free resources back in the day. That's why we're like doing the free class tonight. That's why I've started making a bunch of YouTube videos for you guys. There's no excuse for it to take that long. But like sourcing products is always going to be the hardest. Until it gets really easy, it just kind of starts clicking, and then very quickly the biggest problem becomes, oh, I don't have enough money to spend on profitable items. That's just the worst version of seller ramp revelations. Yeah, you don't need it. Let's see. Once ungated, what's the process of transferring, or how do you ship items directly to Amazon? Yeah, David. So you'll buy items. You will ship those products to Amazon FBA using like Boxem. And then when that product shows up at Amazon and it like fully checks in, it'll start selling to the customers. When did you start making decent money with this? I mean, your definition of decent money is subjective, but I started when I was 18, and with $1,500, I made like 30 grand in profit in my first year, which I don't think most people would call like really good money, but it felt really good to me as an 18-year-old, right? So whatever, that's kind of subjective there, but yeah, it's just like it's a capital-based business, right? So the more money you have, the more money you're gonna make. Why not do private label? That's just I just like doing reselling. There's no perfect way to make money online. You'll hear a lot of people that, my way of making money is the only way you can make money online. Just like whatever you can see yourself enjoying doing for a long time, that's what's going to make you the most money. It's not necessarily like something that somebody says is technically the best. Whatever you can see yourself enjoying, do that. You want to be in it for the long haul. Let's see. Yeah, you can just buy you just submit that invoice as the profitable invoice to Amazon. Can you say the place? I'm not sure what you mean, Avery. First product sample will be here soon. Yeah, I like it. How many sales until brands start to ungate? Yeah, so when you first start, you'll have to apply to ungate most of the major brands, and then as you sell more and more, for me, it was around like 10 to 20K in sales. You can do that with just like auto ungate brands really easily. You'll start to have some brands start to auto approve, so you don't have to submit anything to Amazon to get approved. I shoot for 10% after I pay my team and all that kind of stuff. And then I sell anything under the sun. You said how many products? A few hundred at the moment. Yeah. I buy a bunch of stuff that I can buy like 10, 20, 50 of, and kind of spread my risk across a little bit. So in case something goes wrong with one product, it doesn't really matter. The other, hundreds will eat the loss really easily. How should you start? So buy and sell products that are already selling on Amazon. And like you can start with, stuff like this, like, toys, whatever. And if you guys are, if you want to learn like the actual like full tactical guide, tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, we're doing a free class you should come to. It's up in my bio. You can check out. Yeah, come ask questions. We'll jump into 90 plus minutes of a ton of great information. We'll source some auto engate products with you. We show you some sourcing methods that are not on YouTube at all. So yeah, we're excited to give you guys some free game there. Let's see. Yeah, Alex, I've had products that made like 6 figures in profit. But yeah, I mean, that's I wouldn't call like 100 200K in profit FU money, but there's definitely some products that have been big hitters. Could you get started with SellerAmp? Yeah, SellerAmp and Keepa for sourcing products, and then Boxem for tracking your profit, shipping products to Amazon, like the whole back end basically. Places for people just starting everything. Avery, yeah, like 32 Degrees, Stafford, and then any brands that those people are selling. Athletic Works. Another good place to start for you guys is go to any retail store brand, so like Sephora or Great Value, Good and Gather, right? You'll see all of the you'll see all the different brands that people have already successfully sourced from different retail stores. Do you guys also record the class? No, so it's just going to be live. Yeah, we just want to make sure that we reward those of you guys that come and hang out live with us. It'll be the best free Amazon content on the internet. We're going to make sure it's just a little bit exclusive to those of you guys that come hang out live. You've been looking for another way to make money. Always been interested in this. Yeah, Alex. Yeah, I was the same. I was just like Googling a whole bunch of different ways to make money online about 6 years ago. A little over 6 years ago now. Tried like drop shipping, did like theme pages, like all kinds of random stuff. Just Amazon made sense. So yeah. Did you ever finish school? I did finish school, Sesh. Yeah. I did not focus on my school very much as a senior, but I did finish school. Yeah. What services and apps do you recommend? Yeah, Dakota. So SellerAmp and Keepa for sourcing products, and then Boxum will do like the back end of your business. So shipping products, tracking how much money you're making, all that kind of stuff. Let's see. Yeah, I already answered your question there, bruh. It's obviously, it says sell, so that is revenue. It says sell, yeah. So does this brand need? You don't need to like improve any brands or anything like that. Yeah, you'll just sell brands that already sell well on Amazon. Let's see. Yeah, Malik, we'll dive into some KPF sourcing tonight. If you don't know what that is, then definitely come through. Wi-Fi's bad. I got you. You're good. Yeah, I just kind of learned myself, Alex. The big thing though is get around other people who are also selling on Amazon. So I got to like 20 or 30K a month on my own. And then as soon as I started kind of like getting out of the bubble a little bit, talking to other Amazon sellers, sharing ideas, they were sharing ideas with me. I was able to hit like 160,000 6 months after I had my first call with another Amazon seller. Because a lot of people will, like, especially in your personal life, they'll be like, "You're doing what?" Or like, even if they're supportive, they don't really get it. They're not gonna like help you out, right? They're not gonna like source products with you, that kind of thing. So it's like really helpful to kind of find any way you can to talk with other Amazon sellers. I did that just like reaching out to people on social media, basically. Let's see. It shouldn't really matter, crypto. Yeah. So if you're selling like name brand stuff that's already buying, it's not going to matter. If anything, prices on everything will go up and the prices on Amazon will adjust. Those are the two outcomes, basically. How many different items or listings would you suggest when getting started? Buy as many things as you can, David, but don't buy super deep on items to start out with. You want to buy 5-10 units of a new product, see how well it does for you. It's natural that you're going to make some mistakes, right? So you don't want to waste a whole bunch of money. Pay 50 or $100 to learn a lesson rather than 5,000. And then once you get to the point where the biggest regret you have is, man, I wish I would have bought more of that. I wish I would have bought more of that. Then just kind of start skipping it and buy 4 to 6 weeks worth of stock. And that's how you really kind of scale. You can get to like 10K a month just with like test ordering things. To get to like 100K a month or more, you're going to have to just jump straight in and buy as much as you think is going to sell. Let's see. Yeah, you can still send 10, Venom. That's what I do. How much capital did you start with? I started with $1,500. Yeah. It's $500 an okay amount to start with. That's not. I would probably want a little bit more than that. If with $500 though, start selling like used stuff on eBay. You can get the Amazon seller account and sell like used books or like I sold a bunch of VHS players when I was getting started. I'd buy them at like thrift stores or on Facebook Marketplace, like anywhere you can get cheap stuff. Yeah, if you want to sell name brand stuff, I'd say try to have at least like $1,000, $2,000. Let's see. Can you see how much Amazon reimbursed? Yeah, Cyrus, that'll show on your transaction log. Yeah, where the resources you learned from. There was really nothing when I was getting started, Alex. So I kind of just had to learn on my own, to be honest. So that's why it took me almost 3 years to sell my first million on Amazon. Because there weren't really any like good YouTube videos. I wasn't really like talking to anybody until I got really into the business. It's way easier to scale these days just because there's lots of good free resources. Like you can like when I was starting, people were charging $2,000 to learn how to get ungated. Now I'll hop on live and tell you exactly how to do it, right? Yeah, and if for those of you guys that are trying to get started for free, like kind of get all the sauce, like 6 years of my experience is kind of distilled down into 90 minutes that we're going to break down on the free class tonight. So you want to kind of learn all the basics in one place rather than trying to sift through a bunch of YouTube videos and get all like the information, a lot more spread out. It'll all be on the free class. That's up in my bio on TikTok, and then I'll drop it in the description on YouTube. Let's see. What do you think about 3D transparent? Do you mean like transparency barcodes? If they have the transparency codes, then you can sell them. Yeah. What time is the class? 7 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. 7 p.m. Eastern. Let's see. Ad expense. Yeah, so I just sell products that already sell. So if you're like buying ads and stuff like that, I don't mess with ads. I'm just buying and selling stuff that people already sell on Amazon. Are you retail or online arbitrage? Yeah, I just buy stuff from big websites, Dakota. So online arbitrage, yeah. Yeah, for sure. How long does it take your 2-week payout to become daily? I don't know if there's like an exact metric they're looking for. I know for me, it was like a couple years into the business, to be honest. It's after you've sold a good amount on Amazon. And yeah, so for any of you guys who don't know what Michael's talking about, You can get paid every day by Amazon. It still takes 2 weeks to get paid for that sale. But after a while, after you've sold a lot more inventory, you can kind of get that taken care of. I'd be a little careful with that CTAP. Yeah. Yeah, I'll see you later. Just be careful with that. Yeah. How long did it take to see progress? I mean, I was making my first sales in the first couple of weeks, right? Yeah, just kind of as you can make progress as quick as you want. Just kind of keep going. How long you been selling? A little over 6 years. I made my first sale in September of 2018. When I was just starting college. That was my college side hustle. So I made money all through college, and then I just decided to go full time after I graduated. Pretty new at learning. Can you explain the buy box? Yeah, so the buy box is the add to cart button, and you win that add to cart button by being around the lowest price and around the fastest shipping speed, and then it'll rotate to all of the sellers that have those conditions being true, basically. Is wholesale worth it if you're looking to make $3K in a month in profit? It's probably overkill. Wholesale, like OA, like doing arbitrage, buying name brand stuff from websites is easiest to scale to like 100K a month. If you're trying to scale to like 500K a month, then you probably want to think about adding some wholesale into the business. You can majorly scale with you profited off the reimbursement. There you go. Yeah. That's how it works pretty often, to be honest. You don't want to do FBA? Is that okay? Yeah. You can do all FBM. I actually had a conversation with another seller today. He did his first $300,000 in sales, all FBM for the most part. So all just like directly shipping out to customers. Let's see. How many units a month? I'm not sure, honestly. I should know that. Yeah, just check top line revenue. It's usually like a few thousand a month. Let's see. Do you have to manually import? Yeah. So Cyrus, you just want to use Boxem for tracking your profit, basically. Let's see. Total startup money. Yeah. So if you have like $1,000 or more, that's good, Oscar. Yeah. Whatever you got to start, basically. You've also noticed the buy box helps if you're doing FBM, try to have the shipping time same day or next day. Yeah, Revelations, that's good. So that's a good gem. If you guys are doing FBM, do same day shipping or next day handling. And then basically that's going to reduce the amount of time that like a customer is going to see that it takes to get to them. And they're going to be more likely to pick you to buy from. Or the buy box is going to be more likely to pick you, and then you just win that add to cart button. Is it free to sell? So it costs to sell on Amazon. Yeah. You pay fees, and then you also pay, it's like $40 a month for the Amazon seller account. Yeah. Clothing brands to OA. So you can start with like Stafford or J. Crew or some of those. Those are auto and gates, and then see what other brands those are selling. Where's the live stream going to be at? Yeah. So the free live class for you guys on TikTok, it'll be up in my bio. It'll be on a separate like streaming software kind of thing that makes it easy for us to like screen share, show you what we got going on, kind of like screen share, source products with you, all that kind of stuff. Crazy to think a business model is third-party sellers make hundreds of billions a year. That's probably true. Yeah, I've never looked at the hard number. All I know is that third-party sellers on Amazon are 60% of the sales on Amazon, and Amazon is about 40% of all e-commerce. So it's like 20% of money spent on e-commerce in general goes to like people like you and I, which is a pretty cool stat. You just got to get your chunk of 20% of the money being spent on e-commerce, which is cool. How much can the top 1% make an OA wholesale? Pretty good amount, yeah. There are like a couple thousand people that are selling like 8 figures, like a lot more than that selling 7 figures, that kind of thing. I mean, I can just pull up. I'm actually curious how many. I remember reading the stats. How many 7-figure sellers are there? Let me pull it up over here. Let's see. Yeah, so this says there was 85,000 Amazon sellers that sold more than 750K. If that tells you anything, I'd have to dig through more of the stats to tell you more. But you know, there's the 1% is making a lot of money on Amazon. It sends you all the ASINs to confirm the 2.5 million. Yeah, I'll send that right over, Clint. Good idea. I like it. Let's see. All right, it's nice, CTAP. I'll see you later, man. Yeah, I'll see you on the class. Yeah, make sure to bring a notepad, write down any questions you got, all that kind of stuff. And we'll after the free class where we're gonna dive into like how to do sourcing, like literally everything you guys need to know. We'll hang out and do Q&A. Anything we didn't answer during the main show, we'll be happy to chat about with you. Let's see. Yeah, that's a crazy stat. Amazon selling $19,000 a second. That's not too bad. Just got to get our while you're at it, social security number. Yeah, good idea, Oscar. I'll make sure to send everybody everything I sell and my social security number. Good idea, Oscar. Can you just as a one-man business? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure. That's how everyone starts. Like you kind of have to. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Michael, because why are people stuck on gating? Because it's normal to get declined once or twice, sometimes a lot more than that, and then a lot of people just throw in the towel. They just immediately listen to whatever they're being told from Amazon or something like that. You just gotta kind of read through the lines sometimes. Being an entrepreneur is about solving problems, being a self-starter, problem solver, that kind of thing. And that's just not a lot of people's strong suits, being a problem solver. It's something you can learn though. Let's see. Can you send in 4 packs of shirts in Stafford packaging with your SKU? Yeah. As long as it you got a SKU label on it, you got a poly bag on the outside, that kind of thing. Yeah. How can you buy large on OA websites? Generally, it's just a lot of purchases. So most of the time, I'll put like $500 or $1,000 into an order, and then I'll place that order a few times from that website, or I'll place a whole bunch of those orders. Yeah, I've talked to him a little bit, bro. If you get declined with your invoices, how do you go about becoming ungated? Just submit again. It's normal to run into an Amazon rep that doesn't even know their own rules. It's kind of like genuinely the worst part about selling on Amazon is dealing with Amazon themselves. So it's just kind of one thing you got to keep in mind. Seller Basics is good, Dussel. Yeah, that's who I use for account health stuff. What are good brands for OA? Yeah, I think I answered that a couple times, but 32 Degrees, Stafford, Avia, Athletic Works, and then see what other brands those the people who sell on those listings are carrying. That'll show you lots of other stuff that's easy to ungate, or at least pretty easy, or an auto ungate or easy to ungate, basically. Let's see. Do you have an auto ungate list? Yeah, Dakota, in the free course down below is a list of 1,800 brands you can try to see if you can get auto ungated in your account. Do you go big on a very profitable product? Yeah, no reason not to, right? It's kind of where you really start to scale. Especially as you sell on Amazon for longer and longer, you're gonna get good at figuring out which products, like how fast they sell, just kind of by eyeballing it. In the early days, you're gonna just place some test orders. You'll buy 5, 10 of it, see how fast it sells, restock as fast as you can. And once you really are able to start skipping those test orders, then you'll that's when you start scaling pretty nicely. Can you send different solo items to FBA in the same box? Yeah, Emily. Yeah. Yeah, so like when you're throwing stuff into like Boxem or whatever, when you're making shipments, you can put 100 different items with 1 unit each down into one box, as long as it's like under 50 pounds, under 25 inches in one dimension on the boxes. Those are the rules that Amazon has for FBA shipments. Can you send 4,000 units in a single shipment? You can send 40,000 units in a single shipment if you've got them, Malik. Yeah, if you got 4K units sitting around, then congrats, you've been crushing it. Thank you. Just starting out. Awesome. Yeah. Let me know if you got any other questions, Emily. And then yeah, if you want to learn kind of how I like source products, how I do like all the tactical stuff, the free class is tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern up in my bio on TikTok, and then drop it in the chat on YouTube here. What categories do you sell mostly? Like shoes, clothes, makeup, vitamins is the majority of what I sell. And then I'll also sell some like grocery, really anything that's profitable. But yeah, it's a good idea to get 2, maybe 3 categories that you're really good at sourcing, so you can kind of start to really understand when prices are good on a certain brand. When sales are really good, when sales are maybe not so good, can focus on other things that day. Yeah, you don't want to try to do too many things at once, basically. Let's see. Yeah, Gravik. So you just need SellerAmp and Keepa for sourcing items. Yeah, that software is a lot more expensive than you actually need. If you're new, don't tank prices. Yeah, facts. Yeah, you can always match the buy box, and you'll make plenty of sales. How can you tell if an item is private label? So if it always has one seller on the listing, it's probably a private label, basically. Yeah, if you see it usually has like 2, 3, 5 sellers on it, then it's probably pretty safe to sell. Especially if you see like consistently has lots of sellers on it. Let's see. Generally I don't. Yes, you can just keep submitting. Let's see. Have Amazon fees gone up since you started? Yeah, they've gone up a little bit, but profit margins haven't really changed much. When Amazon raises fees, it just raises the prices on Amazon, basically. So yeah, I mean, Amazon's making more money. Sellers are making about the same amount of money. And it's just meaning that regular people are paying a lot more for their products. That shouldn't really be a big shocker going how the last few years have been, but yeah, it's kind of passes it along to the people who buy it. You never find the product on Google for cheap. Yeah, so your best products won't immediately show up profitable, and that's a feature, right? You don't want the products that are like takes 2 seconds to find them profitably, because then anyone can do it, right? You want the products that it took a coupon and a discounted gift card and cash back and a loyalty rewards program, just stacking as many different ways as possible to get products cheaply. And then it doesn't look like it's profitable to anyone that's looking through your store, that kind of thing, right? Yeah, and if you're trying to like kind of figure out how to source those products, we're gonna jump into all that on the free class tonight. Up in the bio. Make sure you guys are registered. 7 p.m. Eastern, free class. How long will it take to replace $60K a year salary job? So it depends on how much money you have to start. Yeah, so to make $60K, you're probably going to spend $180 to $200K on inventory. So just keep that in mind. And that would be over the course of a whole year, basically. Generally, you can turn your money over anywhere from like 4 to 6 times if you're doing FBA, or you'll turn your money over like 8 to 12, 13 times if you're doing FBM. How much do you need to start? At least $1,000, Manny. Yeah. Do you stay away from suppressed listings? Personally, no. As long as I can see that it has a history of selling. Yeah, as long as there's a history of that product actually selling, then no. Suppressed listing is just a product that doesn't have an add to cart button, by the way. Does the website I think it works for other email providers too, but just test it out, Revelations. What's harder, Amazon or TikTok Shop? Whatever. The one that's going to be harder is the one that you enjoy less. The thing that you wake up and don't want to do is going to be harder. There's a lot of great ways to make money online right now. So yeah, just kind of focus on whatever you can see yourself doing for a long time. Where's the free class? So up in my bio, if you guys are on TikTok, it'll be the first link in my bio. Yeah, and that'll be it starts at 7 p.m. Eastern. It'll be 90 minutes plus of the best free content you'll see. It'll show you how to source products, how to get ungated, literally the entire A to Z process, kind of all distilled down into one course, for free. And then we'll answer any questions you guys got after it's all said and done. What do you pay yourself? So I just pay myself a set salary, and then at the end of the year, I'll pay myself a year-end bonus, depending on how well we did. Yeah, my salary is just like enough to cover, like the house, all that good stuff. And then year-end bonus, I'll pay out to buy stocks or whatever I want to do, like personal investments. Let's see, it can definitely be frustrating. It's good to sell in multiple places. Do you have to register for the class? Yeah, so it's on a separate software that you'll have to have the link to get invited. So yeah. So if you guys want to be on the free class, make sure you grab that free invite. Amazon's the way to go. You also need the cash for the Lambo. Yeah, something like that. Maybe not the Lambo. I'll stick with the Tesla, and that's plenty flashy for me. Let's see. Got accepted. Computer set shut down on settings setup. You should be able to log back in. That is funny. Your computer didn't like Amazon seller or something like that. Can you provide a link? Yeah, so it's up in my bio. You guys can check that out. What categories do you sell on? Anything that's profitable. The majority is shoes, clothes, makeup, vitamins, supplements, that kind of thing. That's just kind of what I've gotten good at finding. But every category sells well. What did you do before Amazon? I had 15 an hour jobs, high school, college job kind of thing. Yeah, decided to start selling on Amazon, and yeah, I actually got fired from the last job I had because they didn't like me or something like that. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna figure out my own thing. And I was able to figure out my own thing. So maybe I'm glad they fired me. How do you get a UPC or ASIN? So you don't buy from AliExpress. That stuff's fake. Yeah. So if you sell that on Amazon, you're gonna get banned. probably do one another few weeks clear. But yeah, make sure if you can come through to the free class, you'll be glad you did. You tried a bunch of business models for months, so the past 3 years. Dang, okay. Selling brand names, best business TikTok shops, not that reliable. Cool, yeah. Glad you found something to work for you, Malik. Yeah. How does shipping cost work if you have one SKU, 100 pound in total? So it should cost you around 60 cents a pound if you have 100 pounds of something. Yeah, and you just plug all that into Box'em. That's the tool that I use to make shipments and all that good stuff. Sweet. I guess I've been live for an hour here, so I still gotta save some energy to be live for probably another hour and a half or 2 hours later. So make sure you guys are registered for the free class. It starts in a little over 90 minutes. I'll drop it in the comments on YouTube. If you guys are on TikTok, it's up in the bio. And then if you can't come tonight, make sure you just check out. I have a bunch of free content on YouTube as well. We're gonna dive into some really tactical stuff tonight, but if you just check out Fields of Profit on YouTube, you'll get a bunch of sauce. But yeah, I'll see you guys again very soon. Should be about 90 minutes. We'll get started with the free class here, and I'll see you guys soon.